A good brunchin'. A good brunchin'. It's the Good Brunchin Podcast. 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 Everybody. Good brunchin'. It's the Good Brunchin Podcast. It's the Good Brunchin Podcast. It's the Good Brunchin Podcast. Everybody. Good brunchin'. You are tuned into the Good Brunchin Podcast. Good Brunchin.
Good brunchin', people. Good brunchin'. Welcome.
Good brunchin', everyone.
Yo. Welcome to the Good Brunchin Podcast. And
Good
first and
brunchin'.
foremost, we gotta say it. My brother looks like he is alive today and responsible. Like, yes, brother. Look, you look yesterday. You look like shit. I just,
I did.
I can be your brother and tell you that.
I
So,
felt like shit.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I was about to go ahead and say, look, bro, you stay out there. I'm gonna do these shows by myself this weekend.
Yo, I
Okay?
felt like shit. You hear me? You
Yo,
hear me? I was like, yo, this is not gonna work. This is not gonna work for the home.
This morning, I saw you outside. I was like, okay, getting that vitamin D.
I
Pause.
needed it.
You know, yeah. So I'm glad to see that you are alive and kicking. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad to see you alive and kicking. But welcome, people, to the best daggone brunch show out right now. All right, on your internet, on your cell phone, wherever you watching us. We thank you. Make sure you follow us on all platforms. That's the Good Brunchin Podcast. We live on Facebook, YouTube. Then make sure you go ahead and follow us on the Good Brunchin Podcast, the actual page on Instagram. We still building. This is season 2 of the Good Brunchin Podcast. And people, sometimes y'all have some opinions and some topics and some situations y'all want us to touch. Y'all can send all those questions, emails to the Good Brunchin Podcast at gmail.com. And we'll go ahead and bring them right up on this thing. So, y'all go ahead and make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share the live. Good brunch and everybody that's tuning in right now. I see y'all coming in alive. But good brunching.
Come on, man.
So, Ace, are you back outside tonight? Are you
Yeah, man. Yeah. I got music trivia bingo tonight, and then I'll be heading up there in the morning. So yeah,
Okay,
I'm back. I'm back like cook crack now. Come on now. What's up, sis? Good brunch.
Now let me ask you a question. Are you just pushing through?
No. So the thing, I don't know what the little 24-hour bug, but I'm good. I'm good now. Like last night ginger aled it up, and and then this morning I what you call it? Went ahead, ate me a nice bowl of cereal, and I knew I was back then. Once you eat cereal, come on now, you back.
Copy. You riding by yourself or the missus coming with you?
Yeah, no. She gotta work. So I'll be rolling dolo, and then got 2 shows Friday, and then how was karaoke last night?
Karaoke, it started off slow, but then we just get ahead rub it under your nose. Oh, Jackie said put that rub it under your nose. That's what she was telling. Put that
what?
What's that stuff the stuff that you rub on your chest?
Big vapor rub.
Vips, yeah, she be rubbing. Jackie swears by that.
Everything.
Jackie, what? Look, the kids be coming to go to bed and they get ready to say night, daddy. Next thing you know, I'd be like this. Yeah, they're like, yo, so like a whole thing of it. Like you cleared the whole.
It would be like if I had like a stuffy nose. She's absolutely right, but it wasn't even that. The thing is, it was just I got it from Zori. I knew what it was. It was when Zori had the little stomach bug. Immediately it was, Daddy, I want a hug. Can I have a hug? And that bug jumped right on me for one day. But I'm good now. I sweat it out. That's always a key too, people. If you get sick, put on layers of clothes and sweat that bad boy out. That's another way to get rid of it.
Neto there, she over there agreeing. That vapor rub worked.
Yo, telling you, this vapor rub, I ain't gonna lie. Some people eat it. Now I don't know about that now.
Yeah, that gets crazy. That gets crazy.
I don't know about that.
I've seen the whole
Yeah, I ain't doing that.
That just hurt my stomach.
Yeah, my chest and under the nose, I could get, but I've seen people talk. Yeah, you gotta take a spoonful. I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's your stomach is not right.
Yeah, like your stomach got to be made of steel wool in order for that to happen. Like, I'm definitely not feeling that. No,
well, I'm glad to see that you're doing better, brother. Because I was like, it's been a little minute since we've been on this stage, so we about to rock out.
I'm back.
Friday.
I'm back, and I'm about stupid as ever. So we ready.
That's what's up. So people, like I said, y'all know how we do it. We go ahead and get into our portion of the show. We go ahead and look at your emails. Y'all can always email us at the Good Brunchin Podcast at gmail.com.
You've got mail.
We've been in a situation where we've done a whole show on just the email. So you never know, it could be your email, but we got email today. And we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get Mika back on here in a minute. But let's get into it. This is interesting. I know Ace might want to speak on this because I think Ace has had some expertise. With this. All right, here we go. That's a good welcome back, Ace. See, Ace, they missed you, man. They knew you wasn't like
the bad part was I was here.
But that's the bad part. They was like, I
was here, but I wasn't here. But go ahead.
Right. Here we go. All right, y'all. Hey, Good Brunchin Podcast. Love the new look. Word of advice: don't play matchmaker for friends. A while back, I set up my friend Rachel with a guy named Terrence. Things didn't work out between them because of his lifestyle, and they are total opposites, but clicked in their own way. She is mad at me for hooking them up, and is even demanding me to cut ties with him. I'm caught in the middle of this because Terrence and I are still good friends, but I don't want to upset Rachel. How can I handle this without losing either friendship? Thanks for your help, Tanya. So Ace, you missed the matchmaker putting the friends together.
I did that one time.
So that's what I said. This is the Ace.
But this sounds weird though. This sounds weird though because Tanya was friends with what's the guy name?
Terrence.
So Tanya was friends with Terrence first?
Yes.
Oh,
and put on her friend.
Nah. But who was friends longer?
Her and Terrence.
All right, well then, your girl gotta go. Who gives a shit?
Oh.
So yeah, you gotta ride. You gotta ride with the person you've been with. You gotta ride with that person.
Like, but she can't keep both. She can't keep both sides.
Oh no, you can. But if old girl, if she's saying, I can't remember her name. What's her name?
Hold on, let me put an email. Tanya, you talking about Tanya or Rachel?
No, Rachel. If Rachel can't accept the fact that they gonna still be friends, and because in it says, oh yeah, you gotta cut them off. Oh hell nah. I'm not cutting him off because y'all didn't work out. Now it would be different if her and Rachel, if Tanya and Rachel was cool first, and then she just knew of Terrence and then hooked the two of them up.
Okay, but now you're saying that. So you're saying that Rachel, if they knew, so you're saying if Rachel and what's her name were friends first,
if Rachel and Tanya was friends first,
then you can keep Terrence on.
Let's say, for example, she just met Terrence at, like, let's say he used to work with us, something like that, and she like, oh, you know what? We used to work together, but I think y'all would be cool. And then Rachel says, hey, you know what? It didn't work out. I think you should cut him off. I'll be like, that's kind of childish, but I get it. We was girls first. But if she was cool with Terrence first, oh hell nah, chick. I'm not messing up my friendship because y'all ain't work out. So
why can't they have both? Why can't they have both?
You can have both, but Rachel has already put out there, I want you to cut him off.
Nah, listen, this is where I'm like, this is what it's gonna be.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Me and Terrence are friends. Now, if you don't want to get and you can't, because I put it like this: we adults. If you can't control yourself around what's the name, then don't be there. But I'm gonna tell you, this person's a part of my life. If you want to continue being a part of my life, let me know when you're ready to get ahead and be there.
What you want to do?
I can't, because I'm not nobody. No, I can't be a friend. Just because you got a problem with him, don't mean, hey, it didn't work out with y'all. But this dude or female is cool with me. You know what I mean? Takes care of me.
Right. So for instance, and like when I hooked my man Blue up with his now ex, but I only knew her through another mutual friend of ours. You get what I'm saying? That's the only way I knew her, was through that. I knew her through a mutual friend of ours, and then I introduced her to my right hand man. Like, yo, blah 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 blah. They got 2 kids together, had a nice little marriage or whatever. I had no relationship with her to maintain a friendship with her. You get what I'm saying? So, but if I knew her first and then it didn't work, I don't care how tough me and him got, yo, I still have a relationship with your now ex-wife. Like we still cool. We got a foundation.
Yeah.
So that's why I said, if for Rachel and Tanya, if they had that foundation beforehand, then I can understand her saying, yo, you gotta get rid of Terrence. But if her and Terrence had that foundation first, nah, Rachel, nah. I'm gonna be friends with both of y'all, or you could bounce.
Yeah. Meek, how you handling that?
Yeah, relationship problems not my problem.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah. So
is
if you feel a certain way, y'all both my friend. You understand? Now don't get it fucked up. I don't know why y'all broke up. I don't know why those 2 friends broke up or whatever, but if Terrence did something wrong and as her friend, I'm gonna sit and tell my friend, my nigga, you fucked up. You understand what I'm saying? Like, but don't expect me not to talk to my friend or to not even have no type of relationship with him when I had a relationship with him before y'all got together.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Before y'all got together, that was my friend. So now that y'all not together, I gotta stop talking to them. How would you feel if he told me to say that about you? Y'all relationship problems don't have anything to do with me. If he did something wrong, I will address it as a friend and say, yo, that's fucked up what you did. And if she don't want to take you back, nigga, I don't blame her, da 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 da. That's how I'm gonna address it. But don't expect me to stop talking to my friend.
Good brunch and Dre.
Good brunching, people.
Yeah, no, that's real, because, and especially if the relationship didn't develop after, like, for example, like I said, if Terrence and Tanya's relationship developed through the relationship that him and Rachel had, that would be one thing. But they got their own thing going on. We cool by ourselves. This was before y'all even started dating.
That's what I'm getting. Like,
I ain't got nothing to do with that.
My friend. You was my friend. He was my friend. And even if I knew him before y'all got together, both of y'all were my friends.
Right. I already had a relationship.
So y'all relationship issues that y'all have, yes, I did hook y'all up because I did feel like y'all were perfect for each other, which y'all were, because y'all probably were together for many years or whatever. And whatever it was that happened that y'all broke up. You understand? That don't got nothing to do with me. So don't tell me to. I'm gonna sit and give you your space until you snap into reality and you heal, and then you could come back over here. How about that? You're not about to tell me what to do.
Come on now. Well, listen, Tanya, I hope this we answered your question, and you keep both your friends and just stop putting people on with people like Ace, So, but people, if I'm gonna call you the X Files.
Lesson learned too, though. I won't.
Don't take nothing from me. But listen, people, if you want to get and send any emails, y'all can send those emails into the Good Brunchin Podcast at gmail.com. We can go ahead and bring your topics up to the stage. So people, it's that time when when we get into our topics of the day, and we're gonna have Tamika bring in today's topic. Meek, talk to the people about what's today's topic about.
All right, y'all. So, do you feel, or should men be the only ones to initiate romantic gestures and dates, or should women take on a more active role when it comes to that? So I will start off by saying I know myself and I love to plan dates. I love to do little romantic stuff. I love to find out something that he was into or is getting into and sitting and trying to like surprise him with certain things. So I do feel women can initiate it more. We don't have to always depend on the guy.
Oh, we got a guest in here early. Miss La
Bonita. What's
building. I like that. Hold on, we got a comment. Let me just go to the comments real quick. Jackie said, I would like to. I thought we had another. Okay. Jackie said, I would like to be led by my man, but I too love to plan myself. It's a joint effort.
That's a fact.
It's
True.
a joint. But hold on. Now, when you say you like to be led by, hold on, let me just read the question, okay? And about led by initiating romantic gestures or the dates. Like, I think it's two different situations in there. Like the romantic gestures. I mean, both ways. I think both ways. It should be done. But I feel like for a man, I feel like, well, it depends on your love language too. You know what I'm saying? If you're the type that wants that someone to be that initial, I want you to I want that physical touch or whatever. So you kind of look for it because you love to get ahead and go out and touch, but you want to see that it's reciprocated on both ends, and that, I think that's what opens it up when it comes to that. And so, and that goes back to the whole communication. But La Bonita, how you feel about that?
Yeah, great question. I personally agree with most of the women. I mean, I think that women, we do like to be led to be shown the interest, especially nowadays where men are really focused on self. So now, Mika married, a lot of people might be married, but I'm single. And so a lot of these men I'm meeting are like man boys, and they're attracted to themselves more than anything. So they're not gesturing and they're not putting forth the effort on women. There's a plethora of women. So they just, I think these men are now wanting a more dominant woman now. And I don't know where the time is that these men are now wanting the woman to pursue or to lead in that space. Not saying lead the foundation, but they're wanting to see the intention from the woman now. So I'm being pushed and forced to that area to now, okay, well, let me say, hey, I'm free this weekend if you want to link. Let me put out that energy. Let me touch your hand to see if we're aligned on a physical or any type of area. Let me lean forth with a hug or maybe a kiss on the cheek or something like that, because men are just not really that dominant and manly right now these days.
I can't really, like, I'm not in the dating pool or anything, but I just want to kind of speak for like the men, everything. I feel like sometimes some men are at the point where it's like, I need to feel you. I need you to show me something because I've tried this and now I'm doing too much. And it's like, I don't have time. Like, listen, it's like when guys get to feel like, one of my men said the other day, he was like, yo, when a dude says good morning to you, that doesn't mean he's trying to holler at you. He's just saying good morning. But then some chick, while you saying good morning, be like, oh, you out here, you thirsty? Like, no, I'm just saying good morning. So now that dude is sitting there like, all right, I'm gonna let her say good morning to me. Because if I say good morning, so you gotta, it's that I think for some people, there's that worry about I don't necessarily rejection, but it's like, yo, I've been through this. So let me just see that you want to bite now. Because I'm normally the one that's coming out there making that first move or making that introduction and things like that. So I think that's the important thing.
And then that makes it horrible, right? The energy is bad at that point. If you're bringing in your past conditions, you need to go get healed then, because a man should never be breakable. So you're the guide in getting in a relationship is I'm unbreakable. I'm not bringing the fact that my ex cheated on me into the relationship with you, or how I was treated less. I was always text and not enough calls or something. I'm not coming in to you like that. So I think we all need to do some healing in that space, because I wish a dude would tell me like, oh, I'm tired. And we just met. You don't even know the energy I'm trying to give, but you're bringing, because these other women took you down through there. Now I got to suffer, and you're going to be less of a man. And now I got to run to the top of the mountain just for you to see that I want you. Like, that's not cool.
I think that a lot of Jackie just said it's unfortunate that some women make a big deal out of a good morning, and that's true. Right. That's very true. I think that sometimes, like you said, guys and women will bring old baggage to a new relationship, and not just start off fresh and just say, all right, we starting off fresh. let's see what it is. And this is the way that I want to be loved, or this is the way that I do love, and learning the person. I think that to answer the question, I think that women should take a more active role in intimacy. Um, because I think women already do it for dates. I think that it's now a fad, and I say that in a good way, that women will get together like, girl, I'm gonna plan this date for him, or I'm gonna plan this vacation. You see that often. You know what I mean? Took my man on a vacation. You know what I mean? Guys didn't come up with that term vacation. Y'all came up with that term. You know what I mean? Which is good. So I think women already do that part. I think the active role that a lot of guys would look for the initiation would come from would be the bedroom side, because most of the time it's the guys that's making the first step, or the guys that are making the first initiative. So I think that's more so one thing that I think women can take an active role on.
Let me just say, James on Instagram said, internal healing is important before you even try to pursue anything, and that's 100%. That's 100%. But now my question was gonna be is, if I'm guys, not saying that I'm healing, it's just I'm trying, I want to move differently. I've been moving this way. It's not that I'm broken. I said, okay, I tried this way, now I want to try it that way. Am I wrong that I'm not that guy making that initiation and wanting to get that from the female? You know what I mean? Because now I tried it this way, it didn't work. Now I want to, try it a different way. So now I'm not going to go at it. I'm going to see if she's going to come to me. I'm gonna see if she's gonna, try to make that move. So I don't feel like.
So I think when it comes to, if you're interested in somebody and if it's something that you want, you need to express it. You need to say something. Because if you sit back and wait, and then she never does it, what you gonna do? Right?
You can miss out.
If this is something that you like, yeah, I want this and I want to do it. Why are you waiting for her to come? And vice versa. When it comes to women, oh, he needs to come approach me. No, if you're interested, he don't know you interested. You haven't even said, hey, I like you. How you expect somebody to know that? So I do feel if it's the beginning of a relationship, or you're trying to get to know somebody, if you're interested, initiate it, show it, express it, say, yo, I'm an introvert, let's go on a date. Men and women, it shouldn't, both men and women have healing that they need to do. Both men and women get into relationships, and sometimes the man probably loved that woman more than what the woman loved him, and he has to heal from that. And when he chooses to sit and say, I want to start something new, I want to do something different, he needs to also choose to sit and say, I'm going to approach her. Because you're choosing that, but now let her know your new requirements. Let this new person know this new you. Don't just sit and automatically think for this person, hey, I like you and I know what you want. No. Make that move.
True. Oh, you muted.
I think communication, what Jacqueline said, is important, and how Mika said it, because how old are we? Like, we have to communicate those things. And even, I'm not saying, I don't think there's a person on this planet that's completely healed, right? Mm-hmm. So we all have been through life. We're all living life, okay? But my thing is definitely convey that, but you have to at some point, let your past go. Because if I see, I'm not initiating you might be attractive, you might be my type, but if I feel that in your spirit, by using my discernment, that you're broken and your past is still affecting you, such as if I meet a man that was divorced with children, but his woman is taking him through hell and keeping the kids away, I am given the worst scenario. Women, we hate that. Men, we hate that too. But it's reality. It's a common thing. It's a common factor until the divorce is final and child support kicks in and he's okay with it. But until then, if I meet you in the process, you're gonna wear that on you. Men, you guys wear so much more on you guys than we do as women. We are naturally resilient to everything. We can to the left, everything you own in a box to the left. We can compartmentalize your asses there and meet a new man for potential to spend my life with. And I'll be okay with pausing your ass and the heartbreak you put me through to moving on to the next man. Like, I'm not saying inside it's not going to hurt. Not saying I'm fully healed, but to make myself available. Men, you guys are totally not like that.
Right. Definitely.
I wear it. And so I'm not going to be as sexually trying to get you, and I'm not going to definitely trying to be on no dates with you. What I'm going to do is we're going to walk and talk.
Got it. So let me ask your take home real quick. So what would be a way that a woman can take a more active role in terms of dates if the man is saying that, hey, that's what's missing? What would you say would be one of the ways she can initiate that?
Sorry, she started crying.
No, you fine.
She started crying. You said what would a way?
What would be one of the ways that like if a female said, I don't know how to take an initiative on how to take a guy on a date or anything like that, what would be one of your ways of saying that? Like what would be your go-to for her? Like, hey, you should do this, or what would you say?
Honestly, I would definitely, I'm good at that. I honestly, because I can't say I'm good at it because I'm a considerate person, but I do know how and what I would like to do. I'm in Atlanta, and so I know what I'm not going to do. So typically, most men I meet are frugal, and they're smart with their money. So they're probably 9 times out of 10 not going out to places that I would want to go dine at, right? Me, I don't care about the date aspect. I'll go date Mika. Mika can come in town. We can go to Capitol Grill together at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm fine with that. That's how I eat. So, for me, I would just tell her, be more open to having the conversation with him and see who he is, listening to who he is, what he likes to do, because a date doesn't have to always mean a 5-star restaurant. Right. Honestly, I tell a girl, don't go on a date with a man to get to know him. If you're really hungry, if you're really hungry, don't go on the date. Like, don't do it. 'Cause you're going to be frustrated. You're going to be worrying about what you're going to eat. Where is he taking me? You're just going to be a bitch. I'm sorry. Don't do it. Just, eat before you go. You can maybe go somewhere, get an appetizer, just get a drink, and just talk. You don't have to worry about a 5-star meal and going to get a 3-course meal and stuff like that. So I would just say, basically, don't be hungry. Get to know this man, see what he likes. He might like playoffs. It might be right now. He might like playoffs. Y'all can go to Yard House and chill. Just grab a drink. We know their food ain't that good. Just get an appetizer, get some deviled eggs and chill and watch the game and see his energy while he's watching the game. Get to know him.
Yeah.
Because you have to vet as well.
No, that's important. Well, I appreciate you for coming. If you want to hang around, we're gonna bring some other people up. You want to hang around, we bring you back up there. We appreciate
Can't hear you, bro. Okay.
you. Hear me? You good?
No. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we good.
We want to get to some of the comments. DeVoe on Facebook said, "Facts, I do. I have no problem in stepping. I have no problem stepping to someone I'm attracted to with confidence, like I'm the only woman in the room." And like I said, there are some women out there that have no problem, being that aggressor. And there are dudes that like it, and then there's dudes
some that get turned off.
Yeah. Okay, and then Kelly said, I do believe we can heal only a certain amount in our singleness. A lot of what we need to do to work on won't even be known until we are in a relationship. That's where communication and transparency and vulnerability comes in. We are triggered in a relationship. We must explore where it's coming from. Both parties deciding if the trauma is too far gone to work together or if it's something we can help one another with. So no, that's real. That's real. Thank you for sending that in. And then see, Jackie said, buy those dice to give you suggestions: eating out versus cooking, sex positions to do, what gets a massage that night, etc. The dice are fun, and both get involved. And yeah, I mean, you gotta. I think you gotta find things that you can get ahead and do that are bringing that excitement, or and like I said, it's not always about
bringing
money,
different ideas. Just bringing different ideas.
We got a guest in the building. We got a guest in the building. My man Will Wright.
What's up, my people? Man? Hey,
good
man, God is good.
Good
brunching with you, ladies and gentlemen.
Good brunching. So, Will, how you feel? How you feel about this topic? Should men always be the one to initiate the romantic gestures and dates, or should women take on more of an active role?
See, the key word is always. No, take that out of there. And it's supposed to be a 50-50 thing right there. Especially when you dating someone or you're married to someone, it's both of y'all responsibility to do that. Not just the man always got to do this. He got to bring roses. He got to bring flowers. He got to do or take you out or whatever. This and that. When we dating, it's a 50-50 thing. Now, y'all was touching on other stuff. I'm not gonna front. The last girl that was on here, wasn't a DJ something? What's her name again?
La Bonita.
I love you. You're a beautiful young lady, but I think she's not living in the real world when it comes to this topic of romantic and men coming up. Women, no offense to y'all, and I love women, as we know. Y'all make it hard for us to be what you call it? What's the chivalry, like be chivalry towards y'all or whatnot. We be chivalry, like you say, good morning. Oh, you're thirsty. Everybody's thirsty when they trying to holler at somebody. Then we start DMing or texting somebody and you not responding. Now I'm feeling like, man, I feel like I'm being mad thirsty, so I'm gonna fall back. They put a lot on us when it comes to trying to initiate a relationship or talk to a female. Like even like, oh, let's go out on a date. Did y'all see that list of places that we can't take y'all? Right? So if that's the case, then y'all might as well go ahead and let us know where we going, because the list is crazy.
Well, let me say this, because you bring up great points, Will, but I think that more so, not so much that La Bonita lives in a fantasy world, but her thing is, why isn't this the norm? What gets put to us is the
but I didn't like her keyword. I didn't like her words. Her word choices was men not being men. It's not that men is not being men. Yo, no. To be honest with you, okay, they just say the first part of your question is romantic gestures. Do you know if I do a romantic gesture and a woman don't accept it, it's sort of like a sexual harassment? So it's like towards us, it's just like, oh, I ain't really like that, Ma. That's it. It's nothing. But if I do a romantic gesture and she don't accept it, it's sexual harassment. So now it puts it in the category of, I'm just gonna fall back.
But here's the thing, though. Like bringing up the list that you said, and Evelyn said the list was bogus. Ignore the list. Exactly.
Because that was one woman that made that list, right?
And I was just getting ready to say that. I think
I get there was one woman that made the list. I get that.
Wait a minute. I think what La Bonita was saying, though, was that men not being men, because a lot of men took that list and ran with it and made it seem like this was a list created by all women. And it was a list that all men felt, okay, no problem. Like, you know what I'm saying? Instead of like when you saw the list, it wasn't like you was like, oh my God, this changes the game. You
no.
Like, who the hell said that?
Who is this chick? Who is this and who? Like, what did they bring to the table? And all that? That's
cool, right? We seen the list, right? When we saw the list, me and you, because me and Ace went through the list together, made up jokes and stuff, and came up with it and like talked about it, like, yo, they bugging on this or whatever. Boom, 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 right? But how many women spoke up? It wasn't a lot of women that spoke up like, this list is bullshit. It wasn't a lot of women doing that. So if you don't if you don't say something, it leads me to believe what I want to believe now. So if it's thousands of millions of women in the world, and I heard maybe 2 women go, oh, this list is bull, but the massive is just like, ain't saying nothing. I'm gonna believe that y'all feel this way.
We gotta have a census. We gotta have a census report for this list.
But now my question is this, Will. No, I hear exactly what you said, right? Now, my thing is this. I don't believe in that list. Just like, I'm good. But now,
I don't believe in the list either.
Okay, but now my thing is this: what am I bringing to the table? Forget the list. What am I bringing? Because the person that I'm gonna attract, that I'm gonna bring that to, is saying the same thing. Like, that list ain't there. You get what I mean? So if you attract that chick that wants that list and is looking for that, that's what you're gonna attract. You know what I mean? Because you know those people that are gonna want that swear about that list, and that's not the person you want to be with. You know what I mean? So I think that's another thing. Is like what you bringing to the table and what you putting out there. Now
I respect that.
Hold on. And it's also where you going to look for these men. You get what I'm saying? Some people
true. But what I'm saying is what I'm saying. what I'm saying is, I get that, right? Like I might not attract those type of women, but the women I do attract, if you didn't say nothing, I'm gonna think you want to be like that woman. You get what I'm saying? That yeah,
Wait, so basically
that's
what
what
you're
I'm
saying.
saying. Like what I'm
So
saying,
she
like
has to be
okay,
old, Doc.
no.
Go
What I'm gonna say, like, all right, the list come out. Like I like you say, if your wife, right? You bring the list of your wife. You like, yo, she bugging, right? And your wife go, I really don't see nothing wrong with it. It's like I attracted her. That's mine, but she feels this way. So it's like it's other girl. Oh wait, let me
So that's
finish.
you
Let
gotta
me
know who
finish.
you with.
Let me. Cool, right? I'm not saying cool. They can. I can like certain things. Don't mean I'm gonna do it. Like I want a 5-star meal every day. I ain't got the money. I can just want it. Don't mean I'm gonna get it. I'm just saying, if we having these type of conversations, if it's my own wife is doing this, right, or just saying like she not responding to it, like, oh, she is bugging. Imagine the young girls that are watching this, or the girls that's watching this, that's very you can persuade them to believe certain things. They're gonna be like, oh yeah, I'll fuck with that list. Then that's how I'm gonna treat niggas. Oh, this is what I'm gonna do. And that's what I'm saying. That happens. That happens. So now you get men like, oh nah, I'm not, I can't deal with that. Y'all bugging. You bugging, I can't do it.
I think that even if you ask your wife and you showed it to her and she like, I could get with that. That's coming from her thinking as a single woman. A single woman can want and desire anything. But then I think it goes back to what you said with La Bonita of understanding that that's not real life. That's not real life. Okay, if you want to, there's several restaurants that we just don't go to. You know what I mean? Me, for one, I don't like cheesecake, so I'm not going to the Cheesecake Factory. However, if my wife put down at the Cheesecake Factory is one of the worst places to go, and Tamika says, I beg to differ, it's because my wife don't like cheesecake, whereas Tamika does. So I can't sit there and say that a list or someone agreeing to the list defines who they are. They may just be looking at it from that scope. Like, I can understand why a single female who may not have no children, who don't have no responsibilities, is saying, I don't want to go to these places. Now, as she gets a little bit older and maybe she get a kid, or maybe she start to get some more bills, those things going to start to settle in where she say, you know what? That Applebee's looking real good to me.
Mm-hmm. I'm not, and I'm not going to even argue that part of the list anymore, because it ain't really about the list. What I'm just saying is, women put out certain things in the atmosphere that men are this and men are not this anymore, or men is not doing X, Y, and Z anymore. And
how does that affect you?
How does that affect me?
Yeah, like that. No, because that. But
because I can't. I don't date.
I'm just.
Like, I don't get to date, but like what you made, like the example you used earlier. If I say good morning to somebody, or I say, yo, you're very beautiful, I done had women go, oh, I'm not interested. I didn't say anything else. I just said you were beautiful.
I want to hear from a single dude. Like, if there's a single dude that wants to just hop in here, I really want to hear from a single dude to find out, like, all right, so has anything ever stopped you, or when you were single before, was there something that a female might have done that stopped you from maybe going to some way because you was like, nah, every time I try to go buy a chick a drink, she already think I'm trying to fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, I'm just saying the one example was when I was single. I told someone they was beautiful, and they like, well, I'm not interested. I just said you were beautiful. Like, you didn't even like. You just killed even if I did think you was attractive in that manner to want to date you or try to holler at you, you just killed it by just killing. You could have just said thank you and walked away and whatever and left it at that. But you like, oh, I'm not interested. That happens. That happens very often to men I know. Period. So
what was the
I'm just saying.
What was the atmosphere when you said she was beautiful? Like, where were y'all at?
I think I was in Wawa. Yeah, hold
on a second.
But what's wrong with that? I don't understand. Like, I can't say someone's beauty at Wawa.
No, hear me out. I'm at Wawa. Okay, I'm at Wawa, and all of a sudden I'm there to get my groceries and do whatever. And
gotcha.
I don't know you for nothing, and you going up the aisle, and the first thing you say is, "Yo, you're beautiful." Yo, it's kind of like, whoa, okay. Like
Let
it
me
wasn't
let
a
me
hello.
let me
Oh,
let me
yeah.
interrupt
So
that. I'm gonna
Yeah,
interrupt
yeah,
that real
yeah,
quick.
yeah,
but
Hold
yeah,
on.
so
yeah,
I'm gonna
because that's
interrupt
the
that.
female.
Hold
That's the
on,
female.
Will.
Let's see what
As
she
a
got to say.
female, right?
go ahead. As a
I'm
female,
the type of person. If I'm in Wawa's and I'm down the aisle, and Will comes down and he goes, "Oh my God, you're beautiful." I'm gonna look at him and say, "Thank you very much for the compliment," and go about my day. Yes, there are women out there that can sit and I'm not interested. No, learn how to take a compliment. If you know you're pretty and if you know you're attractive, you're
that's all
gonna
I'm
walk
saying.
outside with that energy. And if somebody approaches you and says you're beautiful, say thank you. It doesn't automatic. I don't,
Now I will say
again,
this.
and I'm speaking as much for myself. Because yes, there are women
Uh-huh.
that's out there, but there's nothing wrong with somebody walking into Wawa's and seeing a very attractive person saying, "Yo, I think you're beautiful." I've done it. Walked into the fucking ox store. Like, oh my God, you are so fine. I've done that.
Yeah.
It's not that I want to date you, but I'm letting you know I think you are
Hold
fine.
on,
And
wait.
half of the time they be gay.
Well, we know how you are. It's me. Yeah, me
Even,
posted a video. Everybody like, yo, Meek
and I
got a new boo, and he get.
and I won't
There's
say,
nothing
and I
wrong
don't
with
want to say
saying
this either,
somebody's
right?
But,
And
pretty in
but
Wawa's.
I think
I
I
don't
don't
want
want
to.
to. I don't want to say. Hold on. Hold
I
on.
don't.
One second. Will. I don't want to say that the location does. Okay, you can be beautiful everywhere. I think it's for a woman. Like I mean, y'all. I might have went my window, but I'm saying like if you're a Walmart, it's how the conversation starts. You can sit there and be like, "Hey, how you doing?" Or say so. I don't think you just come in and say, "Okay, thank you." I mean, I agree to thank you. The response is good, but I
Right?
think there's it's on how
If
you
I
say
say
it.
thank you, and I just walk away from you, that's letting you know I'm accepting the compliment. But that's
Uh-huh.
it. End the conversation right
Because if a
there.
nigga at Walmart be
Now,
like,
if
But if
you
you
"Gee,"
don't
keep
even say,
now, if you
no.
but
go again
if
and
you
you're
don't
like,
even say,
can I get your number? I'm gonna shut it down and say, no, I'm good, thank you. You
but if
understand?
you
But
don't
now
even
I'm
say,
Yeah,
not
that's
gonna
different. You know what I'm
automatically
saying?
jump into
but there's a
nigga.
difference
No,
between
I'm not
saying
doing that.
thank you and just ignoring somebody. Like I don't think that any woman or man should just be rude. I think that you should say thank you and then you keep it pushing. Jackie said it's a man's approach. If he's respectful, then it's fine. It happens anywhere. I always say thank you and have a nice day. Yeah, I think that it's kind of crazy because um and anybody that knows my family knows that I do comedy and T does poetry, and one of her poet teammates just wrote, a white lady, she just wrote a poem about why women feel the need to say something to a man in fear of something that may happen. You know what I mean? That a lot of times that they are afraid to just ignore, or they have to give out their phone number, or they have to do certain things because of what the retaliation from the man would be. I think that Will, when you say that, or when you say like La Bonita is saying that men aren't being men no more, I can agree with her because a lot of times men aren't being men. A lot of men out here, or a lot of males out here, think that they have to respond in the same manner as the woman to get with, oh, well, since I did this and well, let me respond this way. No, instead of just saying, you're very beautiful, well, thank you. Have a good day. That's it. Most of the time, we don't say that a person is pretty unless we're trying to get their number because we don't know how to just give a simple gesture. That's just the way the world is today. So, yes, if a female gonna sit there, oh, he thirsty. All right, well, that ain't the person I ain't trying to be with.
Bonita said, Will, where you at?
I'm bonita.
Will, where
Hold
you
up.
at?
Before Jay said on Instagram, it's not the location where you are, it's about how you say it. The approach can't be aggressive from the man. And like y'all said, old boy need to keep it pushing if he choose to do so. Kim says some women just don't know how to take a compliment. Don't take it personal. It's her self-esteem.
Her self-esteem.
Yeah.
I agree. So, La Bonita, we want you to be able to, reply to what Will had to say. So,
Okay.
what's your end?
Well, can you tell me what Will said again, honestly, because I was putting my daughter to bed.
He was saying that basically he thought that you weren't speaking realistically when you say men aren't being men anymore. That he was saying that in the real world today, a lot of times women put out there in the atmosphere that they don't want to be bothered, but then turn around and say something like you said that, well, men don't know how to be men. Well, how do we not know how to be men when every time we go to make some kind of a gesture, we're told that we're being aggressive, or we're told that we're being obnoxious or whatever like that?
Yeah. So I can go back to my goddad, or I can go back to my father or my stepfather. I can go back to all the grown men in my family that are unshakable men, and that it doesn't matter what the TV says or Instagram says or Good Brunchin says about society of women. You have to still be a man in yourself and be unshakable and make your own decisions. So are you praying to God and asking him to lead you to be the man you're supposed to be, which is an unshakable man? I am tired of men crying about this woman didn't want me to open her door, so I'm going to treat all women like trash. Like, come on, like, where do you grow up? So when I say man boys, I made that very clear. I said I'm meeting man boys, because if you are allowing a woman to shape your manhood, you suck.
And I think that that's the part, and I think he dropped, maybe he had bad service or what have you. I don't know.
Yeah.
But we wanted him to be on to be able to, give some kind of feedback. But the thing is, I think I agree with you to an extent of, yes, what's put out there in the atmosphere is that a lot of guys try to react by acting the way the woman did. Oh, she doesn't like that I did this. Well, I'm going to throw this tantrum and hope that I get some kind of response out of her. You know what I mean? Like Mika said, if I'm walking in the store and I may not be feeling my best or whatever, and you say hello, how you doing, beautiful, or whatever, I'll say thank you and keep it pushing. That doesn't mean that I won't.
And he back.
Oh, back. I'm sorry. My phone had overheated. I don't know. I didn't know.
Sun. You can't have your phone in the sun like that.
Nigga, I was driving, brother. I'm sorry, my brother.
Yeah. Go ahead though. She so what you missed, Will, was because it would be your turn.
Yeah, I'm sorry, what I missed.
Basically, Labonita said it. She's meeting a lot of man boys because of course you get a lot of guys that get hurt and then they react in the same childish manner or throw a tantrum because they're not getting what they want, and they take that out on every female from thereafter.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, those choices of words, I don't think you should use those like men, boys, because they throwing tantrums. Like, a lot of times a lot of men is not taught how to be express their feelings the correct way, for one. And then when they do show their emotions, we get called man boy. It's like you gotta take that out of it. A man deserves to be emotional or have a reaction to something as well. We need some guidance. Everybody needs some guidance, period. So it's like when you take that approach, it's like you can see something good in a man that's childish, but maybe if you talk to him and change his train of thinking, he might be a good man. It's just that the way of how, and I'm not just saying you, but how women, it's other women that think that about men. And it's like, yo, sometimes men don't know how to be a man. And it's not our fault all the way because they don't have fathers. They didn't have a good man in their life to show them how to do certain things or whatnot. I got friends all the time that's men that come to me because they be like, yo, you really had a father. You know how to be a man. You a father, a husband. You don't just give up. You got your own career, all that. So they look at me like, yo, you a man's man. How can I become that? And I have to tell them and show them like, yo, this is how you do it. But it's not, it just, what happens is they look at what women say about them or say online, and then they add that to their category. Like, that's why I even feel like women should speak about how these men are dressing like women, and they not even gay. They just want to do girl shit. And it's like weird to me. So it's like when you have that out like that, we need women to step up and like just say in certain areas like, yo, no, you a man. I need you to be a man. This is how certain things is. Not just be like, oh, you a man, boy, because you're emotional or you have you had trauma in your past and you bring it in. He don't know. Nobody know how to cope with a lot of different things. It don't got to be a man or a woman. It's just people, period. And I'm gonna just say that. That's enough.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think that you're going to another level of what I'm saying and what I've said initially. I answered the question, so you combated the question of how I answered it. But I don't beat and bash men. I do not do that. I do not do that whatsoever. What I said is that now I'm being forced to step up and coddle the man, the emotional man, the broken man, to try to get to romantic gestures or to offer to date or step up and be that, because naturally I am a submissive, so I want to be courted. But now,
All right, cool.
in
So-
the times of today,
Lala,
where
So let me
I'm
ask you.
years old,
what I was about to
Let me-
I
say.
have to change who I am
Hold on.
to actually listen to these men and understand that, okay, he's not mentally there to actually put his best foot forward.
No. So let me ask a question. So if just say your man, right? He never plans a date, but you plans the date. He's not a man.
Well, I don't think dating makes you a man. I actually said
No. I
that
say
we don't
going
need to
out on a date.
I
I'm talking
actually
about this
said
is
we
your
don't need to go on dates. We need to
This
go on
is your
walks.
no. The guy I'm talking about. This your man.
Okay.
I'm not talking about somebody you dating. This is your man. He never plans the date.
My ex-husband, all of my exes.
Okay, they plan a date. That make them less of a man? I'm just
Definitely
asking.
not. I never said that.
But that's what it sounds like.
It does not sound like that.
I wanna chime in real quick, okay? We're not calling all men man boys. The ones that we sit and say this nigga's a man boy is because not only was it approach the stuff that he's doing, if he acknowledges that he has an emotional problem, if he acknowledges that he doesn't want to sit and look at women different, if he does the acknowledgement of his issues that he needs healing in, and he continues on to do that, that's when we sit and we call a man boy. We're not calling all men who's out here being a man boy. So it's all about how they express themselves and how they're doing it. Yes, there are a lot of men out here that do need healing. There's a lot of women out here that see the healing in a man and they do their best to heal them. But if that man chooses not to heal and continue on to live the way he's living, even with women approaching him about what he needs healing in, you a man boy.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's not that we're I think you're taking it in the wrong way, and you are correct if man boy is triggering you in that space.
I'm not saying for me. I'm just saying
men in the world. No, not for you.
Yeah,
but I'm saying
not
for
for
the
me.
men in the world, if it's triggering you for me to not use the word. But honestly, it's a word that I've used for 10, 15 years. My ex-men were man boys. They will come a certain way, but in reality, they were broken and didn't release that. And it ended up breaking us apart eventually because they never tried to heal. They tried to be the best they could be, but they never got healing. And so in that space, I'm watching them still today. I'm friends with every man I've ever been with, and they're still stuck. And you're not every man, and you're making it a fight in the space. But I know these men, and they have fathers, and they have mothers and fathers, and that has nothing to do with it. It's the women that have broken them.
Okay,
It's
cool,
their
right?
exes or their situations that broken them, not their lack of fatherhood or anything. We're not demeaning their manhood. The topic was, should men always be the one to initiate romantic gestures and dates? So we were speaking on the sense of that.
True.
Yeah. No.
True.
Right.
So now I appreciate both y'all opinion on this. It's definitely good to hear both sides, and it breaks it all down. But Ace, you got a take home a question for him before we go ahead and get out of here?
Nah, not really. I think that both parties had very good foundations behind it, but I do think that in terms of this question, I would definitely say that we need to acknowledge that women can take more of an active role, but then also acknowledge that some men need to understand that chivalry isn't dead. And on top of that, everything doesn't mean to take it a step further. So if you see a female out there in the streets, fellas, just say hello. A hello back will come to you. But that doesn't mean try to go ahead and just throw that little holler in just because let me go ahead. Nah, sometimes a simple hello and a gesture is fine.
And I learned today. Well, I didn't learn this part today, but communication is key. Communication is key on both ends. You know what I mean? And I feel like communicate and how you communicate, certain things, and then being able to take that communication and being vulnerable, someone's being vulnerable with you, to be able to get and say, okay, I hear where this person's coming from, and be able to, help this person get out of that past trauma that they have, right. Just to be able to acknowledge it. But I also learned that if I see somebody that's beautiful in Walmart, I am okay to say, hey,
yes,
nigga, was beautiful. But Will, I appreciate you.
Hey, man, I love y'all, man.
Yeah, we appreciate you coming through Good Brunchin. Thank y'all for coming in. But it's another good show in the books, people. DJ Fish out there on Instagram. We appreciate y'all for all tuning in. But like I said, if y'all want to send in any of these topics or questions or email us, you can send those into the Good Brunchin Podcast at gmail.com. And make sure you follow us on all platforms at the Good Brunchin Podcast. What she said, hold on. I think, okay. Kim said, ladies, a simple thank you doesn't hurt anyone. Do y'all hear that? So when somebody says see you in Walmart, you better get ahead and say thank you.
Say thank you. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with a little thank you.
Yeah, appreciate you. Shout out to Jay. Jay said, great show, y'all. But you already know we will be back tomorrow. It's Thursday. The week
I'll be on the road, but I'll be here.
Yeah, Ace is gonna be here on the road. We gonna know how this is gonna be. But look, make sure you take some more of that Vic. Make sure some Vicks and all that kind of stuff. Take all that stuff before you get here.
No. I'm be straight. I'm just gonna be on the road for the show because I might be in New Jersey, but won't be like stationed at that time. Yeah. All
right, but yeah, I think Friday you here with me, right? You here with me Friday?
Yeah.
All right, Friday we here. We're going special. We're gonna do Situation Fridays. That's what we're gonna do. Situation Friday
from Bill's house.
From the cave. We're gonna be in the cave. I'm gonna set it up nice. We're gonna have some fun. All right, y'all. I hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. Like I said, if there are still some tickets for the Friday show out in Scotch Plains, that you can see us, or you can catch me and Ace on Friday in Hackensack at the Craftsman's Lounge with Dejan Alford. So if y'all want to hit that, just hit on.
Come to Hackensack. Y'all can't do nothing.
Hackensack. You want to go? Hackensack, you say you can go off.
I get to work on some stuff.
Yeah, Hackensack is gonna. It's too. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. But we appreciate y'all. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day. This is the Good Brunchin Podcast. This is the best damn show at brunch time. We love y'all. We'll see y'all tomorrow. It's the Good Brunchin Podcast. Peace.
Good brunchin'. A good brunchin'. A good brunchin'. It's the Good Brunchin Podcast. 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 Everybody. Good brunchin'. It's the Good Brunchin Podcast. It's the Good Brunchin Podcast. It's the Good Brunchin Podcast. Everybody.